Welcome to the first episode of the Stand Up, Fight Back podcast. I'm your host, Chris. The Stand Up, Fight Back podcast features authors discussing their work and experiences, with a particular focus on promising organizing projects, on anti-oppression solidarity work, and on looking forward to future change and resistance. It comes out every other Wednesday, and the first full episode will air on October 8th.
Hello, everyone. This is Chris. I'm calling my own number here at 202-750-1598. You can give us a call anytime to leave a voicemail, and we will, if it's good, play it on the show. Questions, comments, suggestions are all welcome and appreciated. That number again, 202-750-1598, and you can find it at our website, fightbackpodcast.com.
I'm very happy to announce the first two guests on the program. In 2 weeks, we will be joined by Ruth Kinna, professor of political theory at Loughborough University in England. She's the author of A Beginner's Guide to Anarchism and has edited or co-edited The Continuum Companion to Anarchism, Anarchism and Utopianism, and Libertarian Socialism, Politics in Black and Red. She helps coordinate the Anarchism Research Group, which is a group of about 20 academics with an aim of raising the profile of anarchist studies in academia, helping postgraduate researchers work on anarchist history and politics, and encouraging the, quote, exploration and analysis of anarchist ideas and practices in the local community, end quote. She has supervised 7 PhD students to completion and is working with another 4 postgrads right now, who are researching topics like punk and anarchism and post-anarchist ethics and the possibilities for resistance. Finally, she co-convened the Anarchist Study Network and is the editor of the peer-reviewed journal Anarchist Studies. Get your questions and comments for Ruth Kinna in before Sunday, September 28th, because we'll be recording that week. Our next guest will be Brian Tokar, an activist, author, and lecturer at the University of Vermont. That episode will be coming out October 22nd, and we will specifically focus on his book, Toward Climate Justice, Perspective on the Climate Crisis and Social Change. He's the director of the Institute for Social Ecology, an educational institution based out of Vermont. He's involved in the faculty union at UVM, and he won a Project Censored award for documenting Monsanto's corporate history. His articles on environmental issues appear in Z Magazine and on ZNet. Brian Tokar's most recent article is a particularly interesting read, called Defying Apocalypse, and written in anticipation of the People's Climate March in New York City. In it, he writes that apocalyptic thinking has historically been a dead end for the left, a chronic enabler for the right, and an outlook that radical movements embrace at their peril. Submit your questions or comments for Brian Tokar by Sunday, October 12th. Now to wrap up the show. Thank you all so much for your support and interest. Stand Up, Fight Back is a fledgling show, and it needs all the help it can get. Share this with your friends, and if you're listening on iTunes, hey, why don't you rate the show and leave a review? If you are listening on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Links to purchase the publications of our 2 guests are available at fightbackpodcast.com. Send me an email at fightbackpodcast@gmail.com, or leave a voicemail at 202-750-1598. Our music today was Birmingham Jail by Chatham County Line, licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial Share-alike 3.0 International License, and Tennessee Mine by Sam Hill, covered under the same license. We'll see each other again on October 8th, and in the meantime, send in all those questions that you have, those burning questions for our guests, Ruth Kinna and Brian Tokar. See you soon. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Stand Up, Fight Back podcast.